I haven't been uploading much video on this channel, and I'm really sorry. It's just things got in the way, which I will explain sometime later. But now I will make sure that I am consistent in uploading more videos on this channel to get this channel up and running. I've noticed that I've got new subscribers, so I want to say thank you to those of you who have subscribed to this channel. Anyway, let's go straight into this video. So in this video, I want to talk about why the father of your child leaves once you get pregnant. So maybe you were in a relationship, you had a boyfriend, and then once you told him that you were pregnant, all of a sudden he starts misbehaving. He doesn't, he doesn't treat you the way he used to. Or for some of you, once you've told your boyfriend or your fiance or your husband to be or whatever that you got pregnant, they just leave you on your own and act like they don't know you. And you're probably, emotionally down, trying to figure it out, like what's wrong, why is he behaving like this, right? So one thing I want you to understand is that men are never afraid of having kids, because they are not the ones that are going to push that baby out in the labor room. It's women that do that. So if anyone had to be afraid of having children, it really should be women and not men. And when a woman gets pregnant for a boyfriend, and all of a sudden he wants to leave you, he doesn't treat you right, he's angry, he's pissed about that. The reason why he's not happy with the fact that you're pregnant is because he didn't like you that much to begin with. And I know for some women this is going to be hard to swallow, because your ego doesn't want to accept that. You're thinking about all the good things he's done, the things he's brought for you, the things he's said to you, you introducing him to your parents, and all the investment both of you have made together. But the reason why he's acting like that is because he didn't like you that much, yet alone love you that much to stay while you get pregnant. Because deeper, when someone loves you, when someone likes you, and you eventually get pregnant for the person you love or for the person you like, or a woman gets pregnant for you as a man, you're not thinking about leaving. His instinct, his masculine instinct, is thinking of ways to protect you and that child. He's thinking of ways to make sure that you and that child are safe and provided for, and you're not going to lack anything, and that child is not going to lack anything. But when someone doesn't like you and you get pregnant for a man who doesn't like you, then they want to leave, then they find you irritating, then they find you annoying. Okay, and I think a lot of ladies don't realize it, but just because a man's with you in a relationship doesn't mean that he likes you. I'm not even talking about love right now, because that's deeper. I'm just focusing on like right now, because when you really like someone, and someone is now in a sticky situation or in an unplanned situation, you think about resolving it together with that person, right? Now I'm going to look at my notes, because I don't want to forget what I'm going to say in this video. I'll give myself as an example. So you all know that I've got a 14-year-old child that I had at the age of 16. Now, with the father of my child, we did not have a relationship. We just had a situation where when we meet up, we just do, but there was no commitment. There was no commitment, no relationship. And because I was 16 at the time, I thought that, oh, he probably likes me to a certain point, because how could you sleep with someone that you don't like, right? The female brain does not sleep with men that she don't like, okay? Whereas the male brain can sleep with anyone and just put the face aside. So at that age of 16, I thought he did like me to a certain degree, and I had hope in my heart that at one point we would be in a relationship, or at one point things would get serious. And when I eventually told him that I was pregnant, this guy started to act like he didn't know me. When my parents confronted him about it, he was just being rude. He was making it look like I was stupid, I was silly, I didn't know what I was doing, I didn't know how to protect myself. The amount of insult and disrespect that I got from the father of my child was unbelievable. And I was so puzzled, and I couldn't figure it out, because I thought the whole time that he actually liked me to a certain degree. I thought the whole time that he had certain feelings for me. Just to hear after like 1 month of me being pregnant that he was in a relationship with another girl, and I wasn't even aware of it. I had to find out from somebody else. And it took time for me and my ego to realize that this person never liked me from day one, but they only liked the fact that they had access to me. And there's the difference. Some people like the fact that they can have access to you, but they don't really like you as a person. They like the attention they get from you. They like the fact that they can get access to you, but they don't want the things that come with you, which is the baby and every other thing. Okay, so when you see your boyfriend misbehave all of a sudden because you got pregnant, he never liked you from the beginning. It's a hard truth to swallow, but I want you to recognize and understand this, because when you do, you're going to stop wasting your time with him. You're going to stop sleeping with him. You're going to stop him from having access to your body whenever he wants, because you'll be surprised. Sometimes you can tell the father of your child that you're pregnant, and then he starts misbehaving, and then a month later he says nice things to you because he wants to come back and have access to your body. And that is something you are going to stop in this video. Okay, because the more you do that, the more you are devaluing yourself in front of him. Now, another situation where both of you might not be in a relationship, maybe it was just a one-night stand and eventually you got pregnant, and this guy doesn't want to be around you, doesn't want to be near you. He's behaving like he's ashamed of you. He's behaving like he's even embarrassed to know you or to know who you are. In that situation, you're going to have to take the L and just let that guy go, and don't bother dealing with all the insults and abuse that comes with dealing with that kind of guy. Because remember, there is no connection. It was just a one-night stand, or maybe you just had a sexual agreement with no commitment. So you can't all of a sudden, there are some men who they love children, and even if a woman got pregnant for them that they don't know, they would still be there for that child regardless of who the mother is. But majority of men would rather not deal with what comes with that woman, and they'd rather act like they don't know you. They would rather move on. They'd rather just leave you alone with that child. And if you continue to hold on to a man who don't like you, to hold on to a man who's not happy that you're having his child, he's not happy that you're pregnant for him, you will receive a lot of insult, a lot of abuse, a lot of disrespect, and you don't deserve that. Okay, you don't deserve that. It took two people to make a child. It didn't take one. So if he's insulting you and that child and himself, because the three of you are in it together, whether you want to accept that or not. You're in it already. I'm just looking at my notes to make sure I don't forget what I wrote here. Another thing about getting pregnant for a man who, how do I say it? Look, let's say you got pregnant for a boyfriend or a random man or whatever. Because he doesn't like you, he's going to see you as a hindrance to his progress. And that's actually another reason why he would leave you and not contact you at all. Because when someone doesn't like you and you end up being sick, they see you as a burden. When someone doesn't like you and you've been hospitalized, they see you as a burden. When someone doesn't like you and you need help and they have to help you, they'll see you as a burden. Likewise, the same thing when you're pregnant for a man that doesn't like you, he will see you as a burden. He will see you as a luggage, and he don't want to deal with that. So the only thing he can do is to run away. He doesn't want to take up any responsibility. He's going to see you as a hindrance to his progress. He's going to tell you, oh, you getting pregnant for me is going to slow me down. And the reality is, it's not going to slow him down, because who's going to take the baby to daycare? Who's picking the baby up from daycare? Who is going to get her stomach open, cut up to push the baby out? Who's going to breastfeed? Okay, so realistically, there is no child or no baby in this world that is slowing any man down. So don't accept that. Don't let any man make you feel guilty and say, oh, you getting pregnant for me is going to slow me down from my progress. It's not going to let me achieve what I need to do. That is a big fat lie. And you should never, ever fall for that. And let it be known to him that 90% of the things that this baby need, you're the one that's probably going to do it as a mom, not him. Because society would expect him to work to pay child support, and society would expect the mother to pay more attention to the child. So another thing that I wrote down here is to make sure that if you're in this situation, look out for any benefit that the government has provided for single moms. Each benefit is different in different country. In England, single moms do get benefits in terms of money, housing, and stuff like that. In another country, it might be different. So if you're in a situation where the father of your child or your boyfriend or fiance or whatever has left you because you're pregnant, I don't want you to look at it as I don't want you to look at yourself as useless or anything like that. I want you to be able to pick yourself back up and remind yourself that the government, the country are going to help you. Okay, they are going to help you because the government would rather help single moms than single dads. They would rather help single moms than single dads. So I want you to always look out for benefits that are out there for single moms, the help that has been provided for single moms. I want you to do your research. I want you to pick yourself back up. And I want you to understand that being pregnant is not a disease. It's not contagious. It's not, it's not something that's going to be permanent. It's 9 months, you push it out, and then the baby will grow. And the more the baby grows, the more freedom you have with the child. So that is really it for this video. I hope those of you who've always wondered, why did the father of my child leave me once he found out I was pregnant? Why did my boyfriend leave me once I found out that I was pregnant? You'll now understand. Okay, 1, he never liked you from the beginning. You thought he did, but he never did. 2, because he doesn't like you, he's going to see you as a burden. He's going to see you as a luggage. He's going to see you as responsibility that he don't want. And 3, he's not ready for that level of commitment. And even if he is ready for that level of commitment, it's definitely not with you. You're going to have to let your ego to swallow it. You have to just accept the L. Okay, so that's it for this video. Hit the like button, make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye.